Hello, this is AJ. Welcome to the vocabulary lesson for slow burn. Let's start. First is the word sprint, to sprint. Now, sprint can also be a noun, but let's talk about the verb. To sprint means to run very, very fast. Really, to run as fast as you can. So a sprint, so a noun, a sprint is a short race. And you run very, very fast, maybe 50 meters, 100 meters, 400 meters is probably the longest sprint. And when people run a sprint, they just go really fast, right? As fast as they can. So that action, the action of running very, very fast is called sprinting or to sprint. So Stu says that when you train to give yourself energy and health, you don't want to sprint, right? If you're a professional sprinter, athlete in the Olympics, okay, you need to do it. But for most normal people, they just want to feel good and have energy. You want to do the opposite. You want to run slowly. You do not want to sprint. Okay, our next word is in tune with. So he says you want to be in tune with your body, in tune with your movements. In tune with means in harmony with. It means connected with. So if you are in tune with your body, it means your mind and your body are connected, right? They're both aware of each other. They are connected. So awareness is another idea. That in tune with means you're aware of and connected to. I'm in tune with my body means I'm aware of my body and I'm connected. My mind and my body are connected. I know what's happening in my body all the time. I'm in tune with it. Our next word is indefinitely. He says you want to be able to exercise indefinitely. You want to have energy indefinitely. Indefinitely means never ending. Means there's no definite ending. There's no ending time. So to have energy indefinitely means to have energy, forever, always, never ending. So you want to maintain your energy indefinitely. You want to keep your energy all the time, no ending, never stops. Okay, our next phrase is to carve out, to carve out. He says that we're all busy and we all need to carve out quality time with our families. Or quality time for ourselves. We want to carve out time for ourselves. To carve means to cut. To cut out. So he's saying you have a schedule, 24 hours in your day. You want to cut out maybe 1 hour, maybe 3 hours. You want to cut out some time for your family. You want to cut out some time for yourself, right? So to carve out means to cut out or to take out. Our next phrase is to pace yourself. He says, in life, in the long run, you need to pace yourself. Okay, to pace yourself means to go at a speed that you can maintain. Ooh, that's kind of a long definition. So it means you don't go super, super fast. You don't go super, super slowly. You go at a speed that you can maintain indefinitely, that you can keep doing forever. So, for example, you want to run a very long race, a marathon. You cannot sprint a marathon. Right? After 1 mile, you'll fall down. So for a marathon, you must pace yourself, right? You have to go a little bit more slowly. You have to go at a speed that you can keep going at for a long time. So you run a little more slowly, but you can go a very, very long time. Doing that, slowing down a little bit, and going a long time, we call that pacing. So to pace yourself means make yourself slow down a little bit so you can keep going forever. All right, later he says that running gives him energy and that the energy ignites his life mission. His life mission means his life purpose. This energy ignites it. So to ignite means to catch on fire, means to light a fire, to start a fire. So he's saying the energy gives fire, gives power to his life. It starts the fire of his life. It starts the power of his life. So to ignite means to start a fire. So this is kind of like, poetry or something. It's like a metaphor. He's saying that running starts the fire in his life. It starts the passion in his life. It gives the energy and power to his life. It ignites his life. And he said, what is his purpose? He says, my purpose is to transform movement into something else. To transform means to change something into another thing. So he says he wants to transform movement, meaning exercise. He wants to transform exercise and make exercise become something else. So what he's saying is he wants exercise to become power for your life, right? It's not just exercising so you lose some weight. It actually becomes power for all of your life. It gives you power for your family. It gives you power for your business, for your career, for everything. So it transforms. It changes into personal power. That's what he's saying. He wants to transform movement. He wants to change movement and exercise into personal power. To transform, to change from one thing into something else. Our next word is relinquish, to relinquish. He's saying, I have to relinquish some time for running. To relinquish means to give away. It means you have something and you let go. You give it away. So if I have $5 in my hand, I have some money in my hand. If I open my hand, I give it. It means I relinquish it, right? I'm not trying to hold it anymore. I'm giving it away. I'm letting go. Maybe I drop it, or maybe I give it to someone else. But I'm not holding it anymore. I let go of it. That's relinquish. So he's talking about time. He has to relinquish time. Maybe he has 2 hours in his day. He's very busy, but he has to give it away. Give it to running. Right? He's not going to hold it. He's not going to do something else. He's going to let go of that time and give it to exercise, to relinquish. And he says, I have an hour or 2 hours set aside for exercise every day. Set aside means saved. If you set aside money, then you save money. You don't spend it. Right? So it's just to put it to the side. You're not going to use it right now. You're saving it for something. So he sets aside time. Every day he sets aside, every day he saves 1 or 2 hours just for running. He won't go to a meeting. He won't do something with his family. He won't do anything else. It's only for running. It's saved for running. That time is saved for running. That time is set aside for running. And he says, running generates reliable and everlasting energy. To generate means to create. Running creates energy. Running generates energy. Exercise generates energy. Exercise creates energy or generates power. Creates power. And finally, the word to allocate. He's saying he allocates time for running every day. Well, to allocate, it's similar to set aside. It's very similar meaning. To allocate means to set aside for a specific reason. For example, money. We use it for money all the time. I have $100. I am allocating this $100 to paying bills. It means I'm setting aside this money. I'm only going to use this money to pay bills. It is allocated for paying bills. It means it will only be used to pay bills. I'm not going to use it for any other reason. It has been allocated. It has been saved only for this specific purpose. So he allocates time, for example, maybe in the morning from 7 to 9. He allocates that time for running. He saves that time for a specific reason. Only running, nothing else. So that's to allocate, to allocate. And that is all of the vocabulary for slow burn. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let's go on to the mini story. See you next time. Bye-bye.